Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're zeroing in on air intelligence. That's the intelligence arm of the Pakistan Air Force.
Hmm.
All our info comes from publicly available sources, just to be clear.
Mm.
And our goal really is just to understand, what AI actually does. What are its core functions?
Right. Well, it's interesting. They kick things off August 14, 1947, the exact day Pakistan gained independence.
Wow, okay, day one. That really tells you something about priorities, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. Shows how vital aerial intel was seen from the very beginning.
Mhm.
They call it air intelligence, or AI. The Urdu name is Urkuntuchimoso Salakiyokuntoke.
Okay, so AI.
Yeah.
Structurally, it's the PAF's intelligence branch,
Yeah.
based in Islamabad, right?
That's right. Islamabad HQ, led by a director general. And it sits directly under the Pakistan Air Force. It's their dedicated intelligence shop, essentially.
Makes sense. And what's its main job day to day?
The core responsibility is putting together the aerial intelligence picture, basically understanding everything happening in the airspace relevant to Pakistan.
Okay, so the sky view.
Exactly. But it's not working alone in a vacuum. It feeds into the bigger picture, collaborating with the rest of Pakistan's intelligence community. It's one piece of that larger intel puzzle.
So how do they gather this intelligence? What are the nuts and bolts?
Well, sources point to specific units. There's the Technical Assistance Unit, for example. It used to be called the Air Photography Unit.
So aerial photos. Analyzing imagery must be a big part of it then.
Huge part. Think about what you can get from good aerial shots, infrastructure, troop movements, you name it. And then there's another unit mentioned, the Zoom Unit.
Zoom unit, what does that do?
Apparently, it focuses on studying the procurement of new aircraft.
Oh, interesting. So looking ahead, what kind of planes are others getting? What are the capabilities?
Precisely. It's about understanding future tech, future threats, future capabilities. So it's a mix of analyzing the now through photos and other means and trying to anticipate what's coming next.
That blend seems pretty crucial. And you mentioned collaboration earlier. How does that work? They liaise with Army intelligence, naval intelligence.
Yeah, military intelligence, naval intelligence, and of course the inner services intelligence, the ISI.
Right, the ISI. How important is that link up between all these agencies?
Oh, it's absolutely vital. You can't tackle modern security issues in silos. Sharing info, sharing expertise, it lets them build a much more complete picture than any one agency could manage on its own.
Makes sense. Now, areas of operation. The sources seem to consistently highlight Pakistan's western borders.
Yes, that comes up a lot. They're reportedly very active there. Significant contributions in counterintelligence and counterterrorism operations, both in the western regions of Pakistan and apparently inside Afghanistan, too.
Why such a focus on the West specifically?
Well, historically, that border region presents complex security challenges, difficult terrain, cross-border movements. Aerial intelligence is invaluable for understanding the patterns on the ground, supporting operations.
And that reported activity inside Afghanistan points to the cross-border nature of the threats, I suppose.
Exactly. It's often a shared challenge across that border.
And nowadays, you can't talk about aerial activity without talking about drones. Is that something AI tracks?
Yes. Monitoring drone activity is mentioned, both potentially hostile drones and also tracking other aerial movements, Afghan forces, coalition forces when they were more active there.
That must be a massive amount of data to sift through. Drones, regular aircraft.
It really is. Drone tech has added like a whole new layer of complexity, needs sophisticated systems and really skilled analysts to make sense of it all, pull out what's actually important.
Okay, so let's try and wrap this up. Air intelligence, founded right at Pakistan's birth, part of the Air Force, main job. Build that aerial intelligence picture, uses specialized units for things like photo analysis and tracking new aircraft tech,
Right, the technical assistance and Zoom units.
and works closely with the other big intelligence players, MI and ISI,
Crucial collaboration.
with a particular focus, it seems, on the western borders, counter-terror, counter-intel, monitoring drones, and general air traffic in that region.
That sums it up pretty well. They're a key part of the national security setup, providing that essential view from above.
So here's something to think about as we finish. Considering everything AI does, from looking at photos to tracking, advanced drones and planes, what kind of new technologies, what advancements do you think will be absolutely critical for them to stay effective in the future? Something for you to ponder after this deep dive.